morning, everyone. My name is Nancy Oakley, and I am your Director of Education and Events here at Citrus Valley Association of Realtors. Welcome to our session, Solar 101. We have Jonathan Brunissa with Power, and he's going to be talking to us about all things solar, Solar 101. So basics and what it means for real estate and new builds and current builds and everything about solar. So we are so excited that he is here, and we are talking about that because it is an important topic today in real estate. So welcome to our class. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our expert, Jonathan Brunissa with Power. So thank you so much, Jonathan, for being here today.
Wow, Nancy, so excited to be here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate Citrus Valley Association of Realtors and all that you guys do for the real estate community. So very excited to be here. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to add some value. We're going to do a lot of information. Get your notepad, take some screenshots, and I hope to provide a bunch of value for you guys. So let's start things off, and let me know where you're from. Type your city, where you're from, maybe your state, but I'd love to see where you guys are at in Southern California, Northern California, Azusa, Rancho, Miguel and Rancho, Apple Valley. Cool. Matthew, Glendora, Corona. We got a Florida person. Okay. Very cool. Well, again, thank you so much, guys. My name is Jonathan Brunissa. I'm with Power Solar. I've been in solar for over 6-7 years. And I have some real estate background as well. So I really want to give you the tools to be the educated real estate professional and help people understand solar. So let's go ahead and jump in. All right, and I'm sure you guys can see my screen. All right, so a few fun pictures. Solar 101, this is what we're going to be doing today. I don't want you to lose a deal to solar. Does it add home value? Is there liens? What are the transfer buyout options? You know, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff today. And I did just come back from a home build in Mexico. I'm just excited to share that. One of the ways we give back in the solar community is by helping others and being of service. I'm from Claremont. I'm on the Chamber Board of Directors, went to Cal Poly Pomona with my identical twin brother. My license plate, Solar JB, and last year as the top consultant in the country with my company, I actually won a Tesla, go figure. So I want to be your absolute best resource and partner and help you guys in the real estate community with solar. And I've been doing this for about 6 to 7 years. I've helped over 600 people in mostly Southern California go solar. I've worked for Sunrun, Tesla, Solar City. I'm with Power Solar, Sonova. So I have a lot of resources and tools to help you guys and your clients that have solar on their house and have questions and don't understand it. The team size I have is over 400, and we have 20 mentors as well. So I've met the CEO of Sunrun, the CEO of Power, and I'm just, again, here to be of a free resource for you and help you understand solar. So your clients are going solar with or without your advice, right? Are they going to get into a nasty hero lien? Are they going to get a door knocker in the first few months after you sold them that beautiful home that's going to screw them over? I hope not. And look at this community in Eastvale. Black on black panels we did for John right here in the corner. What do you notice? Which home doesn't have solar these days, right? You know, we're seeing it more and more. We're not going to be seeing gas cars in our lifetime. We're going to see Teslas that drive us around without a driver. And who's going to be paying crazy electric bills? Who's not helping the environment? We just had fires across the state, air conditioners blasting, right? Do your clients have an old AC system? Maybe we should update that first. Do they have a swimming pool? We're all stuck at home now. And this new administration that we have is just going to put solar on tons and tons of homes and sell a lot of electric vehicles. So I implore you, I know that the real estate community does not always like solar. It's a pain in the butt. It's something to worry about, but I really want to encourage you to embrace it. Be the professional that understands it, that can speak to it, that partners with some of the top consultants in the country, right? Don't let them get screwed over on a hero or pace lien or a nasty door knocker or all those types of things. So I really encourage you to embrace it. Try to put your toe in and just see what it is all about today. And what's making this thing so popular? Almost 77 to 90 million homes qualify for solar. And only about 4% of homes in the country have solar. So we're going to be seeing it on more and more and more homes because most people, 69%, want choices when it comes to their energy. You know, your homeowners, your clients, guys, that you're listing their homes, helping your buyers, showing them houses. They want a better choice. We saw what happened in Texas. We saw an entire city destroyed in paradise by PG&E, right? So who wouldn't want power from the sun versus a coal plant? Most people support renewable energy, and homeowners, your clients, said they would be interested, 62%. So again, I just encourage you all to embrace this. This is likely the biggest purchase that your clients are making on their home, that you're selling them. And so let's get you guys educated. Let's give you some good information and let's rock and roll. So agenda today, let's go over what options are out there, some tips and tricks when you have a transaction, some general info. How do you negotiate if you're the listing agent or you're on the buying side and maybe, you know, it's a lease that your client doesn't want? Let's talk about that. New homes in California legally require solar, and we're seeing other states start to adopt this. What about appraisals? Does it add home value? I'd love to know what you think. If you think, you know, paid off solar can add a little home value, type it in the chat. I'd love to see you put yes if you think it does or no if you don't think it does. Why is solar so popular? We do have some referral options, and let's just jump into it. Who hates hero pace tax liens? I know most of us do not like them, right? Because they are a pain in the butt. They usually cannot be subordinated. Some contractors take advantage of your clients, right? Monthly leases. Don't really know about them. Are they good? Are they not good? What does that look like? And ultimately, me personally, I always focus on cash, loan, paid for solar. Let's get it paid off. Let's add some home value. Let's include it in the purchase price. You know, that's what we're seeing majority of in California. When you do right by your homeowner, paid for solar is generally better. So I know what you guys go through and I speak your language. So option number one, when it comes to solar, is a lease. A fancy word is a power purchase agreement, a PPA, or a rental. At the end of the day, it's just a lease. It's a fancy word for it. It's usually 20 to 25 years of an agreement, and it can be a benefit, right? Change the narrative, guys. If you're selling a lease and it has to come with this thing, no, it doesn't have to come with it. You get to have a cheaper electric bill. Edison might be double. Did your client move into a vaulted ceiling home with a pool and maybe they'll get an electric car, but they're coming from a condo? They don't know the pain of a $500 summer bill, right? So just the way you word it, it's up to you to decipher that, to be the advocate, right? This saves you money. This has a warranty. So it's not always bad. And me and my team can help look at the lease agreements for you and give you some tools to help either advertise your home, or if your buyers have questions, literally talk to your buyers. So leases, power purchase agreements, rentals, It's cheaper than the utility normally, 11 to 17 cents a kilowatt hour. Edison, guys, is over 26 cents. So you don't own it though. You don't get a tax credit, but there is no loan or cash out of pocket. The credit requirements are a little bit looser. This is a big one. There is what's called a UCC1 fixture filing. Some people don't call this a lien. It's still a cloud on title. It can be transferred to the next buyer, or it can be lifted during a refinance. It's not as bad as the Hero or Pay. So any lease, power purchase agreement, or even a finance you'll see does have what we call a fixture filing. That does need to be lifted for a refinance or during a sale. Someone else owns this solar system with the lease and they insure it. So the homeowner does not have to have any insurance for it. Sometimes there's buyout options. You need to get ahead of this, right? After 5 years or when you sell a property, the solar company has a buyout option. So you can reach out to that solar company and say, hey, can I transfer this? Or how much is it if my seller or my buyer wants to buy it out? So you have some different options there at time of sale. Usually there's an annual increase on the monthly lease price. It can be transferred to the new buyer. Hey, this home in Ontario has a monthly electric bill on average of about $130 with this Solar City lease or Tesla lease or whatever, Sunrun lease. Normally the summer bill would be in the hundreds. And this system still has good warranties, right? So we're seeing in the MLS that a lot of homes have solar. So again, how are you going to advertise it and communicate this to your potential buyers that are asking you questions around it? And at the end of the agreement, not too important right now, but there's buyout options. You can have them removed. You can renew the agreement, or it can be upgraded to what's available at that time. So this is the lease or power purchase agreement. We see a lot of these that were very popular years ago. Option 2, purchasing solar, owning it, right? Ownership. You can get a tax credit. It's 26% right now. So just imagine when you're helping your buyers get in homes, you're showing them homes, you're seeing roofs, like, what if you could say like, hey, this home has solar, this one doesn't. What's your big summer bill? Are you afraid of a big summer bill? Like, ask the questions as the educated real estate professional, because I'm sure your buyers can benefit from a 26% federal tax credit, which could be $5,200 on a 20K system. Purchasing or ownership can add home value if it's paid off. Okay, that's what I advocate. And you could double check with your appraiser. A lot of appraisers don't want to ask, they don't want to bother. And so if your home has paid off solar, try to get the initial agreement. I can provide an estimate of value because we want that appraiser to assign some value to it. And with purchase or ownership, a lot of people do zero down financing, 10 to 20 years. There is, again, that UCC1 fixture filing. Some people do the PACE, Hero, or tax liens to purchase this, which I'm not a fan of. It's kind of a last resort. I try to avoid that for you guys because Hero and PACE is kind of nasty. Purchase and ownership is way popular now, especially in California. We're not seeing as many leases. We're not seeing as many Hero and PACE programs. So most people are now purchasing in states like California, and we're seeing this blowing up in Florida and Texas, Nevada, Arizona. And here's the tax credit, just so you guys can be knowledgeable. 26% has been extended until the end of 2022. Your homeowner literally will get back 26% because of the government's incentives until the end of 2022. Then it's going to drop down to 22%. And so I saw a question or two of how solar works. They're on the roof, obviously. There are no moving parts, not really any maintenance. You could wash them every other year if you want to hire somebody. There's a combiner box that connects to the electrical panel. We need to check the roof quality, right? Your home inspector report should be checking the roof. Is it asphalt shingle? Is it concrete tile? So we're going to check those things as well. We're going to check the electrical panel. All that power goes to the home. Anything extra goes back into the grid, back into the power lines as a credit. You get paid for that. A lot of people don't understand this, right? I've spoken to buyers because, CG Realtors or Stacy Krenbaker or whoever, calls me and says, Jonathan, this buyer doesn't really want this sold. They don't understand the lease. And can you talk to them? And so it's like, sure. Guys, this is a great deal. This is going to save you money. Your normal bill would have been a lot more, and your Edison bill is only going to be $10 to $20 a month after you get into this house. A lot of people don't know that. So if your client has solar and it's sized appropriately and it's producing their needs, your electric bill can literally be $10 to $20 a month with solar. I saw someone ask, at the end of 12 months, is it true you get a big bill? And it is true if you use way more than the solar produced. If a inadequate solar representative didn't give them enough panels, or maybe they bought the brand new home with 7 panels. We see that out there, right? Brand new homes are only coming with 7 panels. That's not going to cover a Tesla and a family and an AC running 24/7 with fires and 100-degree weather, right? And so, yes, if you don't monitor this monthly bill from Edison, your monthly statement, you can see your debits and your credits and your running total at the end of 12 months, right? They do what's called a true up. Nobody looks at their electric bill. This guy's 7 months in and he actually has a credit of $100. But when someone goes solar, they use all the AC and keep all the lights on, and they think it's unlimited. And then they end up with a big bill, right? And we just had COVID. We just had fires. We just had 100 degrees. We just were stuck at home 24/7. So did people use 30% more energy than a normal year? Yes. So they could owe Edison at the end of 12 months, but you want to keep track of the 12-month true up. Back to those fixture filings, right? UCC1 fixture filing. That is put on every lease or power purchase agreement that expresses ownership. It's an interest. It's a fixture that just expresses ownership on the panels. It can be lifted for a refinance or a sale. You need to call the lender, Sunlight Financial, Loan Pal, Mosaic, Dividend, some of the biggest solar lenders, and likely your lender, your escrow, will have to call and help get the UCC1 fixture transferred or lifted. And then there's those tax liens that we all love, right? Those Heroes, Pace, tax liens that cannot be subordinated. They have to be paid off. They cannot be transferred. They usually take first position in the actual tax assessment, the tax bill. And those are not always as advantageous terms. And you don't need a credit score to get that product, right? That's why they're attractive. You just need some equity. And so try to avoid those. And you got to really get ahead of those and understand if your home has a tax lien, a Hero Pace program, when you run your title search, are you going to sell that and get it paid off and include that in the sale price? Or what's your plan of attack going to be? I know a lot of you have done this already. One thing I didn't say is with the financing or purchase, a loans can be transferred or paid off at time of sale. So again, you really want to determine, am I going to transfer the monthly loan Or is my buyer okay paying it off and adding some home value? And advertising the home is paid off solar, right? So there's two main options if your client has a financed solar system. And let's keep going here. So how can I help you? If you ever have a listing with solar and you don't know if the company is in business, you have a copy of the contract, you don't understand the lease, you don't understand how to put it in the buyer's description, right next to your little clever, bring your tool belt for this cute, quaint home, right? If you need help, call me, text me, email me, call my team. I'll partner you with a mentor. We'll help you get that home sold and advertised, and even speak to your buyers. If potential buyers want to ask technical questions, my team and I will help you. If you ever make an offer for a buyer on a listing with solar, reach out. You know, what do you need to ask for? You want to ask for a copy of the contract. You want to ask for a recent electric bill, maybe that 12-month true-up bill like we just talked about. And maybe it's not a great solar deal. And so your buyers and you should negotiate. You know, hey, this lease is really not as good as I could get today. How about you guys give us a credit equal to 1 year's of payments? Or what's the buyout option? How about we negotiate and split it, the buyout option? So there's different things you can do when you're helping your buyers on a deal that has solar. If you want us to review any contract, any company, guys, you know, we're a free resource. We just want to be your favorite solar team and person for the rest of your life and your child's life too. Okay. Just kidding. If you want us to review, let us know. If you want us to know the approximate value. Hey, Jonathan, this 8-year-old solar system's paid off, but I don't know what it's worth. I don't know how to add some value to it, or how many panels is it? What's the strength of it? I have no clue. So feel free to reach out. If you want to talk to buyers, like I mentioned already, calm them down, calm their nerves down. Hey guys, you just came from a condo. You realize this 2-story house in Fontana where the wind blows so hard you don't ever want to go outside. That's going to have a big electric bill. So we're going to talk to them and help them smooth the deal over and explain why solar can be better. Maybe they want to get an electric car, and now they don't even have to pay for gas, right? So again, controlling the narrative when you present this and talk about it, it's generally good. There's a few bad deals out there, yes, but it's generally a good thing. And I'll be sharing my contact info in just a few minutes here. So tips and tricks. Oscar just put, yes, ask for a utility bill, right? So ask the owners for the solar contract, the agreement, the loan, whatever it is, what company it's with. You want to get that in advance. And then we'll review it and help you out as well. Ask the current owners for a few previous Edison bills or that true-up bill, right? If you're representing a buyer, you kind of want to see what the Edison bill looks like. You want to get a copy of that contract and see what the terms are like. If it's not paid off, what am I going to be inheriting? What is my client going to be inheriting? And does it make a lot of sense for them? That Edison 12-month bill, we want to see, did that family owe a lot at the end of the year? Maybe I'm selling this home to a grandmother that doesn't have a family. Is this going to be a good fit for her needs and her usage? So ask for that. And then one higher level thing will be to ask the owner if they have production monitoring. Can you monitor your system online? Is there a website? Is there an app where you can actually see what the system is producing? Most newer systems the last 5 years have online monitoring. So negotiating and listing versus buy side. So I kind of mentioned this already. If you're the listing agent, put it in the description, advertise it appropriately, control the narrative. This is a good thing. The Edison bill these days, guys, could be double what a solar lease is. Summer bills right now are off the charts. Edison in San Diego just went up 14% last year alone. Like if you told a buyer, guys, Edison just went up 14%, like this solar is pretty darn good. And by the way, it's helping lower pollution and turn off coal plants and good for the environment. Instead of like, oh, I don't know, I try to avoid it. It's kind of negative. So if you're listing it, list it appropriately, list it as an advantage, have me and my team talk to any buyers. And there are options, right? Maybe they can transfer it. Maybe there's a buyout option, and let them know what the electric bill would normally have been in that house without solar. And maybe put that the Edison bill is only $15 a month with this solar system. On the buy side, if you're a buyer's agent, we want to look through that contract. We want to see the terms and the options if they're inheriting a system that's not paid off. Even if it is paid off, we want to know what the contract is, what the warranties are. We want to see that Edison bill. If it's a lease, maybe if it's not a great lease, you want to get a credit for your buyers. Hey, we'll take this lease on. They really wanted to purchase it. The buyout option's kind of expensive, but if you give us a year or two of credits equal to the monthly payment, we'll go ahead and take on this lease. So negotiating on the buy side, especially if it's not a great lease or PPA agreement, I tend to recommend to all the agents that I help to ask for a year or two of credit of monthly payments if it's not a great lease. And then I'll jump over to Q&A here in a bit and go through all the questions. So all new homes in California, like I mentioned, require this thing now. Single family homes under 4 units or less. If you're building or a builder or an architect, this is required. There's homes in Beaumont and Inland Empire, San Bernardino County that every single home has it, every single one. And all new homes legally require it now as of 2020. Even ADUs in most counties and cities here in California are requiring some solar. So just great, again, to be knowledgeable, embrace it, because your clients are going solar, again, with or without you. So what about this one? Solar is ugly. Who thinks it's ugly? And if you see these older panels, they're blue and white, right? You see the silver borders, they're 10 inches off the roof. What the heck is that? But let's look at the newer ones. The black on black here. Check this lovely real estate evening picture out with the drone, like all you guys do on your great, pictures on your descriptions. Every time, right? You pay for a drone, you pay for good pictures. So this is black on black panels. Check out this house in Eastvale, black on black panels. I just had a homeowner tell me it's a badge of honor. That's crazy. Like, I have my Tesla, it's a badge of honor. Like, which homes have it now? Which homes are helping the environment? So the narrative is changing. Yes, I know we think they're sometimes ugly, but it's getting better, and people are embracing it. We try to keep it on the back of the home or the side of the home or even on the ground whenever possible. Talking to home value again, talking to appraisers. My friend is an appraiser. Does it add home value? Yes, it can if it's paid off. If it's leased or if there's still a big loan on it, that doesn't really add home value. Paid off solar can add home value. And it can add about $600 or higher per solar panel, depending on the age and how old it is, what equipment it is, some of different variables. So paid off solar, on a house in Eastvale versus a house that doesn't have paid off solar, that's saving that customer, guys, imagine $3, $4, $5 grand a year, right? A paid off solar system. Imagine in 10 years what Edison's prices are going to be. People are already paying $3 to $5 grand a year to Edison. So does it add home value? I say so. And we need to give the appraiser a copy of the agreement, or maybe I'll talk to them, send them an email, because it does add value. Zillow says it adds value. The National Energy Laboratory says it adds value. A Berkeley lab study says that they add value. So just Google it. On average, Zillow says around 3 to 4% home value can be added with paid off solar. And I know Zillow's not the best resource for everything here. But so appraisers, like I said, generally don't want to bother. Leases, PPAs, rentals do not add home value. So kind of wrapping things up here in a bit. Why solar now? Like I said, we do it on the ground, and batteries are getting very important, guys. Blackouts, right? Generators. Are your buyers asking you, is North Upland with the high winds gonna be a blackout? Are you selling your client a home that's gonna have 5-10 blackouts, a 2-day blackout without energy? So if you know a little bit about generators, or hey, there's these batteries with solar that can protect you during a blackout, that's going to be a good thing. This house mansion, really, in Glendora, right behind Marty Rodriguez's office, this private road here, they put them on the ground. And so we have lots of options to be able to help people, because solar is getting cheaper, Edison's getting more expensive, there's tax credits. The day will come which house doesn't have it. New homes are legally requiring it. And sometimes I'm kind of a cool guy, so I'd love to help, and my team is ready to help you guys as well. All right, and I have helped a few heavy hitters. You may recognize some of these names and beautiful individuals. Tim Manfro Solar here, Francisco in Claremont, Celeste Sierra, George Abich. So I love helping the local community with solar options here. And then just to wrap up, I do have referrals, but I always want to be your partner for any resource, any questions. Talk to buyers. My team and I, we will help you. We do have a free referral program, or you could talk to us about more information about power as well. And of course, you get the lowest cost if this is something that you want to do for your own family. Big homes, swimming pools, vaulted ceilings. As you're showing your buyers these homes, right? Keep these things in mind. Your new buyers, are they going to have an electric car? Is it a 2-story home? Are there 2 AC units? Is this in a blackout area where they could have blackouts? Large electric bills, environment friendly. A friend of mine at Legacy Real Estate was helping a guy looking at a $1 million home. And that guy literally said, what about solar? I don't want to have an $800 Edison bill in the summer. So buyers are asking. High desert, Inland Empire, a lot of people, $1 million homes, it doesn't matter. So they're asking. These are some good trigger things as you're showing homes and getting to know that family, what they're looking for. And, just something I made for the industry. I can help with real estate. You want to be the go-to person, right? I had a lady agent yesterday say, my buyer that I helped 2 months ago asked me for a copy of my deed to give to that solar company that they're getting solar from. And I didn't know a single thing about it. I couldn't help them. I couldn't make a recommendation, and I don't know what they're getting. So do you want your buyers and your clients getting stuck on a lease? Be the professional. You already help with real estate, loans, other items, services. And so solar is just a natural fit in your relationship with you and your clients that trust you so much to help them. And we'll get to Q&A here in just a second. But again, I'm just, so happy to be a part of the real estate community, be a free resource, be a free advocate for you guys. Do right in my business. I built a referral-based business, and reviews are all 5 stars. And I don't do that by giving bad leases or hero and paste programs, right? I do right by the customer. My team and I all take care of our customers. So we'd love to be a free resource to you guys. If there's additional questions, if you'd like to meet and have more information, we'll talk to your buyers. We'll help your listing description. We'll see what the buyout option is. Maybe that company, you don't know what their phone number is, right? To get that UCC lifted or to see what the buyout option is. I have the backdoor phone number for Tesla's transfer department that not many people have if it's a Tesla system. I used to work at Sunrun. I know their transfer department. So partner with one of us. We want to help you be educated enough to be dangerous, right? Watch this recorded training again. Just know enough things to ask, things to advocate. We do not want your clients getting stuck in bad deals. And then you have to sell their home 6 years later. And guess what? They got a hero pace tax lien because you didn't stay in touch with them. You didn't make a recommendation. So I'm sure that's not going to happen to any of us. And we're all going to do right and help our clients and help the environment with this really, really popular product. So feel free to email me, jmbernasso@gmail.com. Here is my cell phone number. Email might be better. And feel free to look me up, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Take a picture of this business card here. And yeah, I'd love to connect with you guys. All righty, so I'm going to jump over to the chat bar and we can see what kind of questions we have. Feel free to type your questions in the chat and we will get to them right now. Someone spoke to an appraiser. If it's paid off solar, you could possibly get half. Yeah, it just depends on the area, how many homes there have the solar, how old the system is, if you have a copy of the contract, just like a swimming pool, right? It's never dollar for dollar. But some of the intrinsic value is if it's paid off. Imagine listing your system as paid off solar, no electric bill, avoiding thousands and thousands of dollars a year. So let me see what other questions we have. Yeah, Oscar, thank you. A lot of federally funded studies and other studies show that there is some home value. Lori, tax liens and other things are not fair to the owners. Yes. Lucia, I think we answered your question about the big bill at the end of the year. If it doesn't produce enough and the homeowner gets crazy and uses a lot and they don't look at their monthly statement, there can be a big bill at the end of 12 months. Solar is not unlimited. Shannon, do we ask the seller to show us their utility bill so we can see the savings? Sure, yeah. Ask for a copy of their electric bill or the 12-month bill and see what they've been giving to the utility with having solar. And yeah, Helen, a lot of appraisers don't want to give values. They don't even want to ask. They don't want to bother. If anyone knows an appraiser group, they need some training on this too, because they don't want to bother with it. It's a new territory. They don't know how to assign the value. And if it's paid off solar, just like a, paid off other item, then it should add some home value. So we kind of have to fight and be an advocate for paid off solar right now. Kristen, yeah, I think that answered the question as well. They don't verify if it's a lease or a purchase. So I would really, speak to the lender that ordered the appraisal, be at the appraisal, right? Have a copy of the contract, maybe show that it's paid off, and just be there to help give it value, or give me a call or ring or email and we can help do that. Yep, Helen nailed it. Appraisal and solar industry need to talk more. Are there different kind of panels that give more benefit than others? Yeah, it just depends on which company you're going to talk to. Hanwha are the #1 selling panels in the country. A decent amount of them are made in Georgia. There's other companies like LG and Panasonic that make panels as well. So some are better, some are good. It just depends. They're pretty bulletproof though. Like you could walk across them and they don't really need much once they're installed. There are also inverters, by the way. Solar Edge and Enphase are two of the most popular inverters in the industry as well. Do you charge for a contract or a solar system evaluation, Tim? No, I will, myself or my team will look through a contract for you on a lease or power purchase agreement, give you a quick phone call, talk to a buyer, and give you some bullet points on it. If a solar system needs a technician to go out, unscrew some panels, check the electrical, check the age of it, make sure it's working properly and performing, see how much it's producing. Generally, that's about a $300 evaluation. So if you do need advanced on-site evaluations, that could be a charge, but we won't charge you, Tim, for just doing a quick evaluation on a contract if you want to work with us. New KB Home Construction. New KB Home Construction is offering solar with some power. They can lease or purchase. And what questions to ask? Yeah, that's a great question, Lori. I think generally purchase may be advantageous, but a lease does have its benefits as well. A lot of people think with a lease, I don't have to worry about it or take care of it, but purchases have good warranties too. So, it's a common misconception there, but there are pros and cons to them. I think they just need to do their homework and do the math, right? If a lease is 20 years, how long is the lease? How much am I going to be paying versus the purchase? And what does my current financial situation look like? How fast could this pay for itself? The stock market's so high right now, maybe I'll put some money into a safe bet like solar. So case by case there, Lori, let's connect more on that. Scrolling down here, guys. Again, thank you so much for being on this training or watching this recording. I recently bought a house, Jeffrey, which the old owner has an existing power purchase agreement. If I opt to purchase it, will I be qualified for the 26% tax credit? Unfortunately, no. You could triple check with your tax advisor, but it is the owner of the solar system at time of installation that qualifies. So with a lease or power purchase agreement, the solar company gets to be the one to benefit from the tax advantages. If you want to pay off the lease, can you negotiate the balance? Great question, ASUS administrator. Yeah, no. I'm just simple answer is no. I've tried and they just won't budge. If it's Solar City or Tesla or Sunrun or Sonova, they don't really care. I've tried. So whatever their payoff balance is, which is kind of high because they haven't recouped all their costs, right, over the 20-year lease, they are just going to tell you the payout 9 out of 10 times the lease or power purchase agreement just transfers to the next person. UCC1 loans, Brad asks, did you confirm they can be transferred? Of course, they can be transferred or lifted for a refinance. I assume the buyer wants it paid off in escrow docs. Yeah, and that's just case by case, right? When I help a homeowner with solar, I say at time of sale, you can transfer the monthly payment with a loan. If it's lease, it has to be transferred. But the loan, you can transfer that, or better yet, advertise the home as paid off solar, no electric bill, eco-friendly home, pool home. Sell the home for a little more money and pay off the remainder of the loan with any proceeds. I know that's not always easy to do, but that's going to be my recommendation at time of sale. So that's how I do this. And I think it's important as realtor professionals to try to get that in the front, right? Are we going to just try to transfer the monthly payment, or are we going to include it in the home sale? So get with the client, form a strategy, and don't get, oh, we'll see, we'll do it case by case, or, we'll negotiate. And I'm not sure if that's in the best interest of your client. So I would form a strategy and figure that out ahead of time. Black on black panels are sleek and elegant. Thank you, Oscar. Is there a break even on purchasing 7 to 8 years? J Star asked. Yeah, that's about right. I'd say 5 to 8 years. If you have the cash, most people finance, but if you have the cash, this thing can pay for itself in as little as 5 to 8 years, and then there's no electric bill. My parents paid it cash in Claremont 6 years ago, and they got a $100 check back from Edison at the end of 12 months. It's already paid for itself. It's amazing. They don't have to pay $4 to $5 grand to Edison anymore every single year. Marvin, yeah, let's connect, Marvin. Joshua, if anyone likes to connect, please just shoot me an email here if you want some graphics, things like that. Someone says lease or purchase. Again, case by case. If it's a retired 80-year-old in Monrovia who doesn't have a tax liability and she's on a fixed income, I sold her a fixed lease. I only do a few per year, but purchase generally is in their best interest. So every case is different and everyone's goals are different. Do I have a cheat sheet? That is something I really should make. Great idea. There could be a list of appraisals that know how to appraise solar. I would love that if that could come to fruition. And a lot of probably there are, if you're a green certified realtor or you want to become a green certified realtor, again, guys, get ahead of the curve, right? We're seeing GM not sell gas cars. Imagine if all of your clients plug in their cars in 5, 10, 15 years. This world is heating up a little bit, it seems. Like, become a green certified realtor through NAR or CVAR and reach out to your association for more information. Panels can last 25 years to 30 years under warranty, manufacturer's warranty. If the panels have to be lifted, removed from the roof, so your homeowner can put a new roof on or add on to the house, there is a cost for that. It's usually about $150 per panel minimum. But Bruce, the panels do come with a 25 to 30 year manufacturer's warranty out of the box. Going down the list here, try to get you guys out of here by 12 o'clock. If you are buying a new home that does not have enough panels, can you add panels? Yes, you can. Does it have to be with the same company? No, it does not. Does it have to be paid off to add panels? No, it does not. So we are very flexible. Ideally, you kind of want to keep it in the same tune, right? If it's a lease, do they want lease or do they want to pay off the other 10 panels? If it's paid off 12 panels, do they want to finance 10 more panels? So there are options, Teresa, but we can add more panels or even a battery. Does a buyer, thank you for asking this, does a buyer get any kind of tax credit if the system is already on the home? No, they do not. Kind of like previously mentioned, they only the owner of the solar system at time of installation, the homeowner, gets to qualify. Hero Pace now requires borrowers to qualify for the loan. My understanding of the Hero Pace program, Lucia asked, there is some qualification. They just need to see a little bit of income and the home has to have 15% equity. And then you can purchase things with Hero and Pace like windows and AC units and solar. Not my favorite recommendation. How does someone go about getting green certified? Reach out to your local association of realtors, CVAR, CAR, or NAR. Google it, and I'm sure you'll find more information. How do paid off systems depreciate? Jesse asked. That's kind of a new territory, right? Depending on the age of the system, you know, how old it is, what the technology is like, how much it's saving the homeowner can vary. There's some studies on this if you Google it, and it can add some value there. So I'm willing to help with some one-offs if it's an older system. Let us know. Yeah, Tammy, I think in Arizona, in a realtor in Arizona who's green certified and qualified. Yeah, great information. Alfred, pigeons can become a big problem. Make sure you get some kind of bird prevention installed. Yes, depending on the market, Fontana, Eastvale, or some of the high desert, for example, for you California people, we do get some issues. It's very, very rare, probably less than 5%, but you can install a netting around it, which some of my friends own companies that install that, or they also clean the panels while they're up there as well. So yes, it can become a problem. Can the solar contract be added to the mortgage payment or paid through the mortgage lender? There are some lenders that have green loans for solar. They're very far and few between. I would say treat it as a separate line item for the time being. If you list the home as paid off solar, just use the proceeds or have the seller pay it off separately. How often do they need to be cleaned? Sandra asked. It's not a requirement. Every other year, you could pay a guy $100 to get up there and clean it with some deionized water and some horsehair bristles and all that good stuff and take a look at them, but it's not required. And again, the panels can last 25 to 30 years. There's a slight depreciation in the production. So at the end of 25 years, these panels generally are rated to produce around 80% to 90% of what they're meant to produce. So there is a slight degradation in performance that occurs. Can storage batteries be installed to save the solar energy? Yes, they can. The price varies. They can be installed with solar or separately. And we can chat offline. I do not know about Sun Street, Alex. There are hundreds and thousands of solar companies. I would suggest working with a nationwide provider, like the ones that I'm associated with, like Power Solar, and we even back it up with a 30-year insurance through solarinsure.com. So if anyone ever goes with me, they get Power, a nationwide company, and they get Solar Insure 30-year warranty. So going with a small company, Larry and Chuck in the truck that goes out of business in 3 years may not be the best for your clients. Yeah, if someone has an issue with the Sonova lease, Safa asked, I can definitely help with that. Tim, what panels? Almost to the bottom of the question list here. What panels are we installing these days? Hanwha, Aptos, LG, Panasonic, Mission Solar are very, very common brands these days. Battery packs, Alex. Enphase just came out with an amazing storage ensemble solution, brand new technology, and they're selling like hotcakes right now, especially with what happened in Texas and the PG&E fires, guys. Everyone's kind of worried about the blackouts and power going out. An estimate for a 2-bedroom ADU in Glendora. Of course you want to ask for a price. I something like on ADUs right now, I think I'm around 12 grand just to fulfill the minimum requirements on an ADU, like 8 to 12 panels. CVAR has green certification class. I am green. Awesome, Helen. I am green too. Is there a tax credit on a new home purchase with panels? No, I think we answered that one. Does the price change depending on the city? Likely Fontana has strong winds. Yeah, winds are not an issue. These are tested against hurricane ratings. They are shot with ice ball cannons and ran over with cars. So all of these are tested. They can be dunked in water for minutes and minutes and minutes and still be totally fine. So the price does not really change on the city. Texas, I can get a little bit of a lower price in some states, but generally we're all the same. Thank you, Tammy, for sharing. Thank you for the appraisers. Yeah, what is the recommended electric bill to go solar? Kind of the last question here, and then we'll wrap it up. Really, the recommended electric bill in California, I mean, if someone ever experiences a monthly bill over 100, they're going to be a good candidate. The prices have came down, the loans have came down, the options are better. We're seeing just the utilities skyrocket here, and less people, more people are going solar, so the utilities losing customers, right? So I think that concludes the majority of the solar training. Please reach out, shoot an email over if I can be of assistance, or my team. We'll partner you up with an amazing mentor across the state or the country. And Nancy, just pleasure and honor to be here to help the industry and provide a knowledgeable resource to help y'all and your clients with likely the biggest purchase on the home the clients may make. So thank you so much. A lot of gratitude for being here. And I really appreciate everyone watching this today. Share it with a friend. Thanks so much.